Hello, Teal Tribe. My name is Alana Foichter, and I am the Senior Manager for Patient Advocacy with NOCC. As many of you have experienced, and as research shows, regular exercise provides both physical and mental benefits for cancer survivors, such as improving sleep, reducing anxiety, and easing the side effects of treatment and surgery. NOCC understands that our survivors may be hesitant to return to the gym right now. With that in mind, and in celebration of National Cancer Survivor Month, NOCC has partnered with MyVictory to offer 3 months of at-home exercise. MyVictory's program is specifically tailored to survivors and offers programs at all levels. We encourage caregivers to exercise alongside survivors because we know that you too will benefit from regular exercise. To kick off this partnership, we are offering 3 classes in each of the areas MyVictory focuses on: yoga, strength, and cardio. Please enjoy today's yoga class.
Welcome to MyVictory. My name is Rita Trieger, and all of us here at MyVictory are so thrilled to be partnering with the NOCC. And for those of you who are new to yoga, I just want to assure you that yoga will always meet you exactly where you are. So you don't have to worry. If something doesn't feel appropriate for you, you can skip it, you could just watch, or you can modify. There's lots of different ways you can do all the poses. And for today's practice, it's kind of short and sweet. And so I'm going to really focus on the hips and the legs a little bit. If you have some props or access to some props, it would be great if you had a blanket, especially those of you who have some tenderness with your knees. And if you have access to yoga blocks, like this one, that would be great too. But if you don't, maybe if you All right, so I always like to start with just a little bit of centering, observing, sitting, and just noticing how you're feeling. So close your eyes and sit comfortably. If sitting cross-legged doesn't feel right to you, you can always sit with your legs extended, or if you prefer, you could sit this way, which is called hero's pose or virasana. So just do what feels best for you. I'm sitting up on a block. You could sit up on a pillow or a blanket if you like. Good. Close your eyes. Let your hands rest on your thighs. And just take a few moments, just letting yourself scan through your body, seeing how you're feeling today. Notice your posture, and notice those places that are feeling a little tender. Maybe you have some cranky spots. Notice the way you're sitting, your alignment. See if you can move your shoulders back just enough so that they're rising above your hips. And then drop your chin a bit to extend the crown. Activate a little bit of your abdominal wall just by gently drawing the navel in and up. And feel yourself rooting really well and evenly across your sit bones. Then notice if you're clenching your jaw, especially when we're going through some rough spots in life. We have a tendency to hold a lot of tension in the face. So smooth out your forehead. Relax the skin around your eyes. Maybe let your lower jaw drop a little and move it just a bit from side to side as you feel the muscles of your throat relaxing. Imagine you were blowing on a mirror and just let out a few out-breaths like this. Let's do 2 more like that. And then 1 more. So you can see how just releasing some exhalations like that almost takes on the aspects of a sigh. And sighing is something that our body does just on its own whenever we're feeling like we're really stressed. So it's good to add a few whenever you feel you're overdone. Then you might notice how you're feeling mentally here this afternoon. If you have a lot of random thoughts or images moving through your mind, it's very tempting then to attach to one or more of them. But see if you can keep reminding yourself that you're thinking. Bring yourself back to this moment. This is where we live, right in this moment. We're not living in the future. We're not living in the past. This is all any one of us has. So be here now. Then take a moment to notice the flow of your breath. Just see if you can expand on the inhalation, meaning letting your belly expand, your rib cage, your upper chest, your upper back. And then slowly releasing chest, ribs, belly. So if you imagine that your torso were an empty glass, imagine pouring water into that glass and filling the bottom of the glass first, and then the middle, and then the top, and then pouring the water back out. Now, if you're not used to breathing this way, then this is going to just seem so complicated, and I don't want you to get caught up in that. Just do the best you can, and that's all we need to do. Just keeping in mind that this is called yoga practice, not yoga perfect. No expectations, no judgments. Take one more moment then, and we'll just bring our palms together, and you might want to just think of an intention. Maybe offering the practice to someone who you love, maybe offering it to yourself as an act of loving kindness. And then gently rubbing your palms together. Just slowly begin to massage a little bit around your scalp and into the back of the neck. If you just let your fingers kind of lightly massage, it feels really nice, very calming to the nervous system, and even kind of squeezing your earlobes. Good. Then on your next inhalation, just take a nice stretch, reaching your arms all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers and push the palms. And as you exhale, let the palms come forward, letting your chin drop. Now, as you inhale, keep your arms as they are, but lift the chin. Then open your arms wide. And as you exhale, then bring your right arm on top of your left arm and give yourself a big hug. And while you're in this big hug, why not think of all of the good things about yourself? Your capacity to love, your capacity to forgive, your smile, your grace. From this hug then, let your arms come up and just bend your right elbow alongside your ear and take your left hand and just start to squeeze down towards the underarm. So this just helps, and then you could add some little what we call metta strokes, metta meaning loving kindness. And this just helps to move the lymphatic fluid back down towards the thymus gland. Remember, the lymphatic system doesn't have its own pumping mechanism, so anything we can do to help it along keeps the body nice and healthy. Good, release that arm then. Shrug your shoulders up and back, and let's do that again. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Interlace the fingers, pushing the palms. As you exhale, push the palms forward and just feel this really nice stretch across the upper back. Inhale and lift your chin and open your arms wide. And then as you exhale, bring your left arm on top of your right arm. And again, just giving yourself this wonderful hug, thinking of all of your good qualities, all of your goodness. Good. And then slowly bringing your left arm up, begin that little lemon squeezer down towards the underarm. And you can even add a little tapping. Tapping just helping to kind of move energy and move any pooled blood, and really helping to stimulate then the thymus gland, which is really important for keeping our immune system strong. Good. Then you can let that arm go. Now I'm going to ask you to come up onto your hands and knees. And for those of you who have some tenderness with your knees, I highly recommend putting a blanket under your knees. This is just a really simple little sequence. It's a great way to kind of pick yourself up in the middle of the day if you're feeling a little sluggish. You could use this in the morning as a way to wake up, in the evening as a way to de-stress, and in mid-afternoon as a little bit of a reboot. So on your hands and knees, make sure your elbows are over your wrists and shoulders over your elbows. So we're using our own body weight here, which will help to strengthen bones and create a little bit stronger muscle action. Slowly start then to move in and out of what we call cat and cow. So as you exhale, you're pushing into the palms and you're rounding into the back, creating this kind of concave chest. And as you inhale, you're letting the belly drop and the sit bones lift and widen. So let's do this a few more times. What I love about cat and cow is not only is it great for the spine and great for helping to loosen any stiffness in the back, but it's also a great way to massage the internal organs and once again move the lymphatic fluid through the body. Good. So you might hear a little bit of crunching and popping as you're doing this, and that's okay. That just means you're getting rid of some of those obstacles. Then I like to add in a few nice hip circles here, just round and round, kind of using your hip bones as a way to massage from the inside out. There's really no right or wrong in how you do this, just as long as it feels good. Great. Let's come back to neutral. Extend your right leg straight out behind you and push through the heel. You should feel a stretch in your calf. Take the big toe and trace a half circle then over to your left and look over your left shoulder and you'll get a really nice stretch in through the right side of your body. Take that same big toe and trace a big wide circle all the way out to your right and anchor the foot down. If it's difficult for you to anchor the foot, you can keep it flexed. With your left toes curled under, push your hips back as far as you can. And so don't feel like you have to go to the extreme. So if your body's telling you to stop someplace, then stop. Honor where you are. You should feel this in your inner thigh, a really nice inner thigh stretch. Good. And then slowly come back up and heel toe your right foot forward. And you're just going to kind of keep the knee and the shoulder connected. And if you have a block or a book handy, just place it so underneath your hand so you have a little bit more room to maneuver. Then a few little back and forth, kind of like a seesaw, just to work your hamstring a little bit. Great. And then stay in the lunge position and just add a little twist here. You don't even have to lift your arm. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. Good. And then come out of that. Bring your knees back together. And go back into your cat and cow. And then again, some of those hip circles. Feels so good. Great. When you come back to neutral, we'll do the same thing to the other side. So extending your left leg straight up behind you, press into the big toe mound. Enjoy the stretch you're feeling in through the calf. Take your left big toe and trace the half circle to your right. Look over your right shoulder. Feel how the left side body is really starting to open up. Sweep your left foot all the way out to the left, anchoring the foot down. Take note, make sure your right knee is directly under your hip. Keep your right toes curled under for a little extra toe stimulation as you push back. And move the stretch right into the inner thigh. Good. Carefully come back up. Heel toe your left foot forward. Get your book or your block handy. Hug the shoulder and the knee, and then simply go in and out, nice and easy. Just feeling around the hamstring. How's it feeling today? One side feel a little bit more resistant than the other. Keep in mind we're not symmetrical beings, so things will be very different from side to side. Good. And then when you're ready, once again, bring your knees back together. And go back into those simple movements. I'm going to add a little bit of a flow here, but we're going to keep it grounded. This is so good. It just works all of the joints of the body, and again, just helping to move blood, energy, and lymph really nicely. So push your hips back, reach your fingertips forward. As you exhale, come up into your cat back. As you inhale, just melt the hips forward. Just try not to let your shoulders crunch up around your ears. Press into your palms firmly, and this will really help to strengthen your arms and keep you in a really nice, energetic mood. And then push yourself back again. We're going to do 2 more like that. Rounding up, hips melting forward. Exhale, pushing back. 1 last time. Rounding up. Hips melting forward. I hope this feels as good to you as it does to me. And then pushing back. Good. Now stay back there and just walk your hands slowly over to the right. Stay low to the ground. So again, stretching into the side body. And then the same thing over to the left. Good. And then when you're ready, just walk your hands back to your knees and shift your hips over to one side. Swing your legs straight out in front. And you could take that same blanket that you had and just sort of arrange it underneath your knees and come down. You can keep your knees bent if you like, or if you are okay with keeping them straight, you can do that. If you happen to be near a chair or a sofa cushion, you could even put your legs up on top of the cushion. So anytime you have your lower body higher than your heart, it's going to create this really nice kind of calm atmosphere. And this actually is one of those poses that you can use right before you go to bed. It'll really help to promote good sleep. So just letting yourself feel the stability of the earth underneath you. Once again, finding your breath. And offering yourself this meditation of loving kindness. Saying to yourself, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be at peace. And may each one of you enjoy the day of your dreams. Namaste.
I hope you enjoyed today's class. Please come back to our site next Friday for a Pilates class. If you are ready to sign up for MyVictory and participate in classes now, visit www.nocc.myvictorywellness.com and enter our special code NOCC3 free. Thank you for joining us today and have a wonderful rest of your day.